Hi, improvers. Welcome back to the Be Better Bit by Bit podcast. I'm your host, Nishith and the creator of this unique self development platform called Be Better Bit by Bit. Welcome to the episode 50 and a new perspective. Today, I'm going to talk about an autocorrect suggestion by this online grammar checking platform that I use for my writing. So here goes the backstory. Now, habits are my favorite subject to speak and write about, and that's why both of my books like Be Better Bit by Bit and my daily 5-minute gratitude journal speaks about habits. I love habits to build and pass on the ideas surrounding them, and also to gain new ones and shed the old ones. Both of these perspectives are very exciting to talk about. Let me first speak about this online service which helps me in writing correctly. It not only checks for grammar and suggests me changes wherever required, it also helps me ease my writing, and in return, the process of thinking has become more solid. It helps me generating synonyms also. So while writing one of these stories about habits, this online service kept on throwing an idea at me. It recommended the word practice in place of habit. Now, by default, I rejected this suggestion and moved ahead with my word, which is habit. But the next day, while I was going through this story again, I stopped and I thought about it. This time, I accepted the recommendation. Habits versus practices. Are these words mean the same? For example, I wake up every day at 5 am. Is this a habit, a routine, or a practice? I read every day at different times of the day. What is this? I write every day. How about that? So here are the dictionary definitions of these two words. Let me first say the dictionary word for practice. It is perform an activity or exercise repeatedly or regularly to improve or maintain proficiency. And what's habit? A habit is a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. This pop-up from the online service forced me to initiate a debate with myself. Now, probably it was the first time I questioned my obsession with the subject of habit and weigh it with the another one, which is practice. Ryan Holiday is one of my favorite authors. He says practices are different. Practices are things you do regularly, perhaps daily, perhaps not, but in no particular order. They are things you return to time and again to center yourself, to reset, to reconnect, to focus. Waking up at 5 am and doing the same things again and again every day is a routine and a habit. Going for an outdoor run every morning is a habit. Writing a journal each day at the same time is a habit. Listening to audio books while driving is a habit. But building a perspective to improve physical, mental, and emotional health is a practice. The practice lies in perspectives. Habits follow this perspective. For example, writing every day, irrespective of the time and the surrounding, knowing that it will build a self-aware me is a practice. Following a reading habit, knowing that it will help me build a new perspective is a practice. And always keeping a few books close to me is a habit. Being aware of my hydration need is a practice. The habit of keeping the water bottle close to me is an outcome. If you wake up each day at 5 am to journal, that's a habit. While if you are on vacation, when your routine relaxes and you still take time out to write, that's practice. When my practices are intact, the habits shape themselves automatically around them. Daily routines and habits are essential, but they are all topped up by a practice perspective. Friends, the COVID-19 pandemic pushed us all to introspect. To me, habit versus practice was one of them. Before the lockdown and the resultant work from home, I had a list of habits, and I'm sure you had too. It was the lockdown and the resultant disturbance in the routine that forced me to introspect. The habits of waking up at 5, going out for a run, catching the 7:30 bus, following a fixed reading regime, writing while on the way home. All of these habits went for a toss. It took me years and years to build those habits and routines. Everything went away in just a few days. That was the time practices helped me get back on track. Practice to stay healthy, be mindful, and be self-aware. 5:30 a.m. running was replaced by early morning journaling because self-awareness is a practice. 6:30 to 7:30 morning rush to go office was replaced by a physical exercise regime because staying fit is a practice. My 7:30 to 8:30 commute time was replaced by meditation, reading, family time because mindfulness is a practice. The changes happened not because they became mandatory, but because the practice perspective helped me. Habits and routines might ditch us. They are fragile, but a practice is not. A practice is like a shadow that keeps itself attached to you and helps you keep going with the routine and the habits. Practices are making me agile, they are making me flexible. They are helping me bring in better habits and build myself better in the existing ones. Friends, before you move towards shedding an old habit or accepting new ones, identify what practice will help you stick or shed the habit. Remember that habits are a tough nut to crack. Why? Because we might lack perspective. We might lack practice. Once you accept the practice, habits will follow you like a shadow. Read not because you wish to bring a good habit, but because it brings perspective. Go out to run not because you want to be part of an elite club, but because that's what your body needs. Eat well, not because everyone is doing it, but because we should serve our body well. Respect time, not because you want to stay productive, but because time is the most valuable thing. Friends, build practice, and the practice will help you build a habit. Join me in the next episode of Be Better Bit by Bit, where we will continue to explore more such interesting perspectives and the bit by bit philosophy. Both of my books, Be Better Bit by Bit and my daily 5-minute gratitude journal, are available online and from the physical stores to buy. So grab your copies and leave me feedback. Till next time, bye bye. Let's be better bit by bit.